What's up, millionaires? It's your boy Millionaire E coming at you with a TV show review. Now, the TV show we're going to be talking about today is Cobra Kai Part 2, Season 6. Now, I know I made like a last video that was talking about, I may have not said that there are three parts. So I talked about the first part in the first video. And now this video, I'm going to talk about the second, Part 2. And the third one is going to be in 2025. I don't know when. That's all I know. That's all I kind of looked up when I saw it on the site. Now, before we get started, y'all know that I did a video where I was playing like the beta test of Marvel Rivals. Well, the game is going to come out on December 6th, which is a Friday, which I'm so excited because I played the beta and I had so much fun playing it. And y'all, they already released like the trailer, their launch trailer for it. And I encourage y'all to go see it because it's so cool and it's so fun. It's got the music in there and they show like 5 more characters that they added. Like they added Squirrel Girl, they had Cloak and Dagger, Black Widow, and then I think they had an Iron Fist that I don't know, and then they had Wolverine. So it's like I'm so excited to try these new characters out. I encourage y'all to check it out. So, and I'm just like I just like playing video games, so it's like I'm not a part of the company or anything. But let's get into the show Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 2. That's a tongue twister right there. But in this season, basically, if you don't know, the kids Miyagi-Do are in the Sekai Sekai, which is this like international tournament where all these dojos come to fight against each other. And they're playing against Cobra Kai. And another thing, of course, and also before I continue, spoiler alert for anyone who's not seen this season yet. I'm going to be giving some spoilers, some may be major, some might be minor, but tread lightly. So, as I was saying, you all know that in the first part, at the end of the episode, you see that Tori has basically kind of moved on to Cobra Kai. So, she's not a part of Miyagi-Do anymore. Now, basically after this kind of episode is starting with the whole group of kids kind of dealing with that, including Robbie. Because Robbie, that's his girlfriend, and his girlfriend's on Cobra Kai, and they're like, Cobra Kai is not good. So that's kind of where it is, and they're doing these competitions, apart with these other like dojo that's kind of known, I think is the Iron Dragons. So that's kind of where it is. Now, getting into some of the stuff that I liked and that I didn't like. I'm gonna start with the stuff that's good that I liked. What I really liked is the fight scenes. The fight scenes were really cool, especially with the I believe it's the Iron Dragons. The first fight that I saw, like these guys, it was so interesting. Like basically in this match, in one match, picture the match. It's like a match where it's basically that there are like teams, and if you get knocked out, you get out. And if you hit the ground, like I said, if you hit the ground, you're out. So I think it's either 5 or 6 players. And what's cool about the Iron Dragons is what they do is like they're the last team that Cobra Kai has to fight. The front line take a knee and put themselves out, and then they had like 2 people left, the 2 captains. And I'm like, they took out Cobra Kai within a matter of minutes. And that was really cool. And then another fight that I really thought was really cool as well was like the I think it was the tag team fight where you had Hulk and Dimitri, and they basically like in this game you had to tag your player if you're feeling like any pressure. You're like, oh, tag me, and they kept on tagging in and out, kind of confusing the enemy and kind of beating them up. So those were really cool fights. There were some other fights that I thought were really cool. And then another thing which I thought was hilarious. So on Cobra Kai's side, Tori was like, oh, she was getting nervous because she was like, Robbie's on Miyagi-Do, and she's kind of having feelings with that. And I think her name is Yuna, like one of the senseis in Kreese. Yuna's like, so you're not fully in it or anything? And she's like, no, I don't know how to do it. And she's like, you have to sacrifice everything and all that. And Tori goes, wow, you must be really good at karate because you sacrificed a lot. And in my head, I'm just like, dang, she was like, you eat, drink, breathe karate. You have no life out of karate. And I was like, oh my God. So I thought that was funny. But as far as getting into the stuff that I didn't think that I really didn't like was I'm not really a fan of the whole characters hating each other. And what Let me explain myself. In the past seasons, I understand, like including with Robbie and Miguel, they kind of were hating each other, and then they had like that whole fight where they were like, "Oh man, now they're brothers." And the characters seemed they were pinned against each other. And even like for example, like I said, Robbie in this season, everyone hated Robbie, or because Robbie was not playing his best because of again his girlfriend is literally on Cobra Kai, and they are not good. That's not a good dojo. So he's not playing his best. Everyone's like, oh my God, Robbie sucks. Miguel should have basically been the better play. And Miguel hates Robbie for being picked captain. And I'm like, this man has nothing. Now, of course, Johnny explains to Miguel that. And then another thing that I really didn't like was a bit of inconsistency with the characters. So Hulk and Dimitri in this season, they don't like each other because I believe it's the first part of the Cobra Kai season 6, Hulk is like, Dimitri first is like, oh man, I want to go to MIT. We're going to go to MIT. We're going to go to MIT. Hulk is like, yo, I just had a thought. I don't know if I want to go to MIT. And Hulk's like, gasp! You're not going to MIT? Oh my God. And then starts acting like a jerk and continues to act like a jerk in this season. Like this man is literally like, oh my God, this and that. And even the one part where this man, they're at a party and both of them have girlfriends. And Dimitri's like, okay, you know what? Oh, there's this cute girl coming over. We have girlfriends. We have girlfriends. Hulk goes, we have a girlfriend, or I have a girlfriend. Dimitri's like, she don't know. And dances with the chick. And I'm like, whoa, that's cold. Like, I was like, I did not like Dimitri. And then there was another part where one of the things of the plot was Kitty was coming back to help Miyagi-Do. He comes back, and of course, spoiler, this is going to be a major spoiler, but Silver apparently appears back in the game. Like, Silver, that, Kreese hated and he put in jail. He comes back, and now, like, Dimitri's like, oh my gosh, he's here, and now Kenny's coming to help us. Oh my God, he's a mole, a betrayer. And he starts talking to Hulk, and I'm like, why is Hulk listening to him? Because I'm like, Hulk has not liked, you could tell that Hulk didn't like Dimitri. Dimitri doesn't like Hulk. Sounds like Hulk, but, and they're like, oh, and then Hulk ends up doing something because he believes Dimitri. And I'm like, the inconsistency, I was like, okay, that's, like I said, I just didn't like Dimitri in this season. And then there was something where it's like, okay, now that I think about it, I'm like, okay, I guess with Johnny, he might have changed, but Johnny Lawrence, during this fight, like the ending, the last episode, they always got to have something that's like, oh my gosh, stay tuned. I'm not going to spoil you what happened, but I'm not going to tell you what happened to that, stay tuned type of thing. But what ends up happening in the Sekai Tekai is it becomes a karate battle royale riot where everyone starts fighting. Like the teachers are fighting each other, the students are fighting each other. It's all like madness is happening. And Johnny sees like Kreese basically has had this, like he just wants to kill Silver. And so he starts walking over to kill Silver, and Johnny's like, oh man, I gotta go follow him. And what ends up happening is, Silver starts beating the crap out of Kreese, and he's about to hit him while he's down, and then Johnny comes back and is like, let me punch him. And I'm like, this is Kreese we're talking about. You're protecting your sensei who basically ruined your entire life. Now, I mean, I guess Johnny might have forgave him or something, but I'm like, this man has literally ruined your life. And I mean, I don't want to be rude. I'd be like, oh, wait, hold on, Silver. You'll get your turn next. I'm about to kick this man while he's down. Because I'm like, this man, he is basically part of my French, but he screwed Johnny over. Like, if you were to really think like an arch nemesis for like either like if you're trying to think of who was an arch nemesis like Daniel LaRusso or Johnny Lawrence, Kreese is Johnny Lawrence's arch nemesis. Like this man has messed this man's life up, left him torn. And I'm like, this man came back and was like, nah, I'm protecting him. So I was confused about that. even the whole battle royale fight was kind of like, okay, who acts like this? So I was kind of like, okay, it's interesting. Now I'm not saying that I'm like, oh gosh, I'm gonna stop watching, but I mean, I will check out like when the next season comes. I was just kind of like, I don't know if I liked it or not. But tell me what you thought about the season. And if you've seen, this one, tell me what you thought. But if you haven't, check it out and tell me what you thought. And remember, like the video, share it with your fam. And y'all, love y'all. And like the video, share it with your fam. And if you're subscribed, hit that bell, the notified bell to be notified for more videos. And also, how was y'all Thanksgiving? I was good. I had like a whole bunch of food. So I'll see y'all later. Bye, millionaires. Bye.